Hello people, welcome to another episode of Iron Fist Mining. Down at my spot here to bust some crust loose. For some of you that have watched this, like me and AJ were talking about this, that I've kind of come a long way. I was watching an old episode to post on somebody else's page. They were making a clean out sluice, so I showed them mine to give them an idea. And boy, this show has evolved a little bit since then. I think it was in 2012 or something. Not sure. Anyway, I'm going after the crust again. The best way I can describe it, if it's not making sense, there's a hard layer underneath all this water junk. On the top, you'll have like loose material, right? But you go down just a little bit. This may or may not be the same in your area, but if enough fine material and clay washes in, it gets pretty packed. So you'll hit this pack layer. I'm at it right now. So you gotta kind of get it in. See how it came up all clumpy? This is what the gold's in here. Now, of course, it's down on the bottom of the riverbed too. But I'm pulling 3 to 4 times more gold just out of that layer. And a lot of guys call it float gold. Some other people call it surge gold. It's just what happened is a whole bunch of water came down and made a nice little pack in there. And this is where I was digging last time. I dug out this hole right here. But what I've noticed is even here, the gold is very sparse on the very bottom. It's getting hung up in these stratified, compact crust layers. That's what I'm calling them, is crust. Reminds me of crust on a bread piece. Anyway, I'm talking way too much. I have to set up my gear. But that's what I'm going to look for from now on. That's kind of been one of those crux moments. You know, you get to a certain point and then all of a sudden you leap forward a little bit. At least that's something that I do. It usually takes me a year before I figure something out. And I've been doing this for a couple years now, so I still don't have it all figured out. But this spot may be drying up, so I may be going to another location. I found a way in to a place way upstream, but it's really hard to get to. But I would like to check it out. And like I said, gotta unpack all the gear. Check on the dragonfly. There's a big old dragonfly over here somewhere. No, he's gone now. I'll show you some of that while I'm setting up. Pretty. Yeah, you big pretty guy. This little dude seems to be having some problems. Come on up, dude. I'm not here to hurt you, man. There you go. Let's get you up off the ground. You an old guy. Just like me. You and me, some old dudes. Just out here chilling. You got some pretty colors on you, though. You kind of look like my motorcycle. Oh. You ain't doing too good. Alright, so I ran for about an hour. Got about 25 buckets in. And I hit this little nest of sand. And you can see it right here. Calm down, water. I'll just take a scoop and show you. It's got this light material mixed in with sticks and other junk. There's a lot of black sand in it, but there's rarely any gold. So I try to avoid it. And I'm eating downhill. Looked like a piece of gold right there that was on that piece of quartz. Anyway, I didn't expect a lot because the nest is rather large. It's about I don't know, it's big. If I dug out this area and pretty much all the bottom end was that sand nest. But I did manage to get some gold out of the crust that was around it. It's a little less than I expected, but there's some gold nonetheless. Fan it out for you so you get a good visual what kind of pieces I'm catching here. I have noticed, because I panned underneath it, that there isn't a lot of gold on that bottom end. Once that crust comes out, I can stick a pan in all over the place and think, how am I still getting gold out of there? It's because it's in that crusty layer. Little 4-finger gig. Now back when I was talking about those past episodes, there was less than that I got out of running all day long, so I am making strides. The goal is to kind of fill up, you know, enough to go from the bottom to this line all the way across in one day. That would be nice. But at my current rate of development, I'll be like 92 by the time I get there. A couple other of us on the previous episodes were talking about filling in holes and how everybody kind of destroys stuff. Somebody was out here huffing paint and then rubbed the paint on the rocks, kind of stuff. But I'm filling in my holes as I go. That way it stays clean and pristine. And the fish dig it. There's a bunch of little fish in there just running around eating all the bugs and worms and junk that's in there. Plus the salmon are going to run soon, and this will give them an ideal kind of place to leave their eggs. It isn't all hard, so the eggs end up bouncing down. It gives them an actual bed where they can get hung up somewhere and not get damaged. So, in that sand pit, right there, big old, maybe you can see the discoloration in it. I don't know. When YouTube renders these, they kind of screw up the clarity. On my end, they're crystal clear, and this is like 1080p, and they're still screwing with it, so come on, YouTube. It's not the format I'm saving it in, because when I play it back at my pad, it's crystal clear. Anyway, I might look in a different area. I haven't decided yet. I know there's a nice crusty layer right here. To dig or not to dig? That is the question. Alright, people. My back is killing me. I ran for days. I don't know if I got enough pictures of this, but where it was when I started was right there on the edge, and I went down a good 3 feet long. I stopped counting after about 25 buckets, so I think I got around 30, and I didn't hit any more of those sand nests. Just a bunch of big, dark turtle, and I caught that. It's not too shabby. Yep, it's getting it good. It's got a bunch of different kinds of pieces and sizes in there. I'll fill this up. Dump all the gold in there. Let it go. I think I got it all out. If I didn't, who cares? Right? But there's today's gold. This guy came down here while I was digging and telling me how I need to go up to the other place that I go. And he's running his mouth. He finally gets to the point where he tells me he's been doing this about 11 months. And I wasn't trying to stall him out or anything. I was just going to let a fool tell what a fool he is. He's like, you're not going to get any gold here. Well, I don't know, dude. Kind of looks like some gold to me. Wasn't a bad day of digging. It's about a half a gram. Quarter gram. It's not too bad, though, considering how much little material I had to move. Now, he was making a case that the gold's bigger the further upstream you go, and sometimes that's true. But here's the deal with that theory. Sometimes when you get up higher, the rocks are so big they haven't had time to chip away, knock against each other, and let the gold loose. I'm saying the current comes down, old Mr. Rock does this number, chips the gold out. Now, if the rock is so big where it hasn't had time to do that, the gold's going to be sparse. The gold's there, but it's locked in the rocks. The reason I like digging in this kind of stuff is because it's had time to knock a bunch of it loose. And I gotta tell you, a few times that I've gone up to the bigger digs. There's a nice cluster of crystals right there. It's hard to find bigger gold. That's a keeper in some of these areas because it hasn't really knocked itself loose. Yes, you'll find a big piece here and there, but it's hard to find it, man. And it's hard to run a sluice in it because you got all these bouldery type of material. I like this stuff because I can scape it, you know, have something to run my sluice in. That was a lot of work. It's all running, making beach. It's all cleaned out. I haven't got it all out, but I'm going to put some of this material that I took out and put it back in. I can easily remove it later, but at least I'm not leaving it scarred. In fact, I'll come back and show you maybe something. I'm out of water and junk, so I'm going to kind of wrap this up. That's not bad on the shiny, man. Not at all. I'm happy with that. A Batman. I know I'm sunburnt. Feeling kind of heat strokey. I was going to show some other stuff, but man, I really want to get out of here. One thing, a tip I can give out is that look for your common materials when you find gold. With me, it's those clear crystals like that cluster one I found, and definitely the mercury sands and the black sands. Not always will it be there, but there's signs to look for. Bigger gold, blah blah. Gold's in the quartz here. You just got to know your geological area, but a lot of people from these sites like Panners and Prospectors I've been watching, even from different locations, different countries, the planet is made of similar stuff, so it would be reasonable to assume that if you look for those common materials, you'll find what you're looking for, despite what an 11-monther says. Anyway, update on the dragonfly. A lizard came running out and grabbed him, ran off with him. Such is life, man. So, I'm tired. Stuff got ironed out at work. The guy apologized and bought a new set of bags. The guy, he was pissed and tore a set of bags that I just bought. But we're buddies again. Big leaf, thought it was a turtle. Anyway, getting weird. Definitely very hot. I need to go take a cool shower and eat something. Some liquids in me. So, thanks for tuning in and watching Iron Fist Mining, man. Peace out, people.